Welcome to the BotCast, everybody. Welcome to the BotCast, Aaron Golden.
Hey, how we doing?
Pretty damn good. Jared Kotoff. Is it Kotoff?
Technically, it's Kotoff.
Kotoff.
If you want to say it like a real Russian.
I thought it was Kotoff.
Yeah.
I see. That's pretty sexy, actually, now that I think about it. Aaron, on what level of sexiness would you grade Jared's last name?
It's not bad at all. I do approve of it very much so.
Thank you. I was seeking your approval for my own last name.
I hope you were.
That's actually the entire reason we brought you in here, Jared.
Yeah.
You're actually free to go
I'm
now.
done now? Okay,
yeah, thanks
great.
a lot. No,
Yeah.
well, Jared is actually, let's get into what we are. We're the Nerdbot BotCast. Sorry.
Yeah.
I forgot how intros work.
No one cares about you.
Yeah, I know.
About
No.
me.
It's not about me. It's about we. We are the Nerdbot BotCast. I'm your host, Anthony. Of course, with me, like I mentioned before, I have Aaron Golden.
Yes, I'm Nerdbot and also part of the GameCast.
I should call you Aaron Golden Game Boy, something like that. Like we're gonna work something in. We're gonna risk getting sued by De La Hoya and Golden Boy Productions, but this could work. And you're dressed in gold today, actually, very festively. C3PO onesie today.
Well, my last name is Golden, so you got to, keep that going a little bit.
Consistency.
And C3PO, I was hoping to see him in the movie.
What did you feel? Oh yeah, so let's get this out of the way. So
I was pretty happy.
Yeah, this is the Spinema launch party event. You can hear some music going on in the background. I think the kids are going on. We actually found Jared scavenging through empty plates.
Subway?
No, just Jared Kotoff.
Not that guy.
But we found him scavenging
Wrong
through
one.
plates and mixing empty drinks together. So we figured let's cut this kid a break here.
He almost blew my cover. I was like just sneaking bites over people's shoulders.
It's the cheapest way to have
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
But I agree with it. Jared, you're a part of a little something called Up, Down, Left, Die.
Yeah.
Now we've had Tiffany Tran on here before. Does that name sound familiar?
I have no idea who that is. I'm a solo performer. I don't know.
You know what? You're not alone in that a lot. No, I'm just kidding. Tiffany Tran is the editor-in-chief for Nerdbot Media. So if you want to check out her handiwork, just go to nerdbot.com and look around.
She's also our video editor as well, so she does all of our video edits currently.
So that's who I
fantastic.
have to blame, huh?
Yep.
No, she's actually really great. So if you check out Up, Down, Left, Die, basically what they are is they rehabilitate goats.
Yeah.
That's pretty much their primary field. And
Like
every once in
Goat
a while,
Simulator.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
We practice in there, and then we do it. We just find random goats.
That's your X-Men simulator room.
Yeah.
The goat simulator.
We do some tests in there for sure.
But Up, Down, Left, Die is a video gaming stream on the antiquated service Twitch. I guess is that what the kids are calling it now?
Yeah. Well, we also use some other streaming services.
Do you use
but
Justin.tv?
no, that's gone. I'm pretty sure.
Damn. See, I love saying that, and he had a quick response for it because Jared was probably part of Justin.tv community.
No, I wasn't.
You weren't? Get the hell out of my office
Dude,
right
I remember
now.
Justin.tv, man.
Justin.okay, Aaron,
that free streaming service.
That's right. I used to watch Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Shit, I used to
on-
watch.
and-
Go ahead, sorry.
No, you go. I want to hear
Dude,
what you got.
I like to play, watch sports. I'd stream a lot of my sports games
That's pretty
without
boring.
paying,
That's
prices.
Cool. I mean, this is
Hey,
nerdbot.com,
wow.
but
Hey, dude.
whatever,
You gotta have an afterlife.
I thought you were gonna be like, okay, there you go. See, I thought you were gonna. See, you brought it back. You were able to bring us back.
That's all I do is bring it back.
But overall, the whole reason we're here is the Rogue One experience that we're having.
What's up, Bernie?
Bregman's in here making a presence. We don't have a camera, so no one knows what's going on. There's no. We're gonna bring you back.
No, I'm like out of here. If you want this sound.
Oh, okay, all right.
You gotta give him a soundbite, bro.
All right, super quick. Aaron, throw your mic at Bernie.
Hi.
Bernie, super quick.
I have no idea if I sound good or not.
Bernie
I don't have
Bregman
headphones. That's okay.
of Nerds Like Us jumping in here. Bernie, super quick.
Do you know that when I was a world champion laser tag player, my call sign was Skywalker. So obviously I need to be in on this Rogue One talk.
And how many trophies line you?
Hold on, did anybody in this room right now crash read Catalyst, the prelude to Rogue One this week? Because I did.
I thought Rogue One was a documentary, honestly. I thought that's what
it looked like a World War II documentary,
it was
actually.
Pretty, once they got on the beaches
anybody else
of
have
Normandy.
Saving Private Ryan flashbacks to that?
Of course.
Yeah,
Bernie, what's going to be your overall opinion of this movie? I know you got to go, but...
it was super satisfying.
You like it?
It was excellent. Yeah,
right.
I mean...
I should preface this by saying this will be a spoiler episode because everyone who listens to this will probably listen to this like days after this movie has come out. If you care, you've probably already seen it. If you don't...
If you even started with, hey, we're going to talk about Rogue One, and they didn't turn it off, they're idiots.
Yeah, that was pretty much the first thing we came out with.
You don't need... we don't need to have spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Like as long as you know that the topic is going to be Rogue One.
Yeah.
Like. We can't just continue wrapping people in bubble wrap to try and protect them from life.
I agree. Our audience are idiots. Yeah, you're right. I agree. No, but what's your opinion on the movie itself, though?
I thought it was excellent. It was super satisfying all the way around. The nostalgia,
Did you feel that classic nostalgia?
Oh God! They used original audio. They used original VO that was cleaned up.
Did they use original cameras? Like I know they did that on Force Awakens. They used the old school millimeter cameras that they were using. Do you know if they did that?
I don't know the answer to that.
I thought you knew a guy.
They definitely used some of the original model shots. Okay. You could see them, for sure.
Oh, now you can see the antiquity in them because now we have HD cameras going on old school stuff. So I can see some old paint marks on those old models. You can tell that either that Death Star needs a new coat of paint.
Did everyone not recognize those pilots from the Battle of Yavin?
Yeah. The green guy and the red guy.
Yeah.
Red.
They're all in there.
You see, it's too soon now. I'm trying to remember all the names. Goldwing, Redwing.
I loved Red 5 previous to Luke biting it. I thought that was a great nod.
There's always openings in this.
Right?
The other thing that I was actually pleased to talk about was you're on this side of the Imperial now. Like you actually get to see the inner workings of it a little bit, and you also get to see the management advancement on this side of it now, which is like the upkeep of working for the Empire, which is like it's a high stress job still. Even though you have a good job, you're more than likely going to die at the end of your reign.
Well, so
depending on how you do it.
If you read Tarkin and you read Catalyst, that'll tell you a lot.
Go ahead and tell everyone.
A lot of great backstory. Really, I'm glad I did because I wouldn't have given a crap about Krennic. If I just saw the movie.
Okay.
He's just some other nameless, cool-looking bad guy. But a lot of depth to that character because of Catalyst. But also, it kind of dispels the idea that the Death Star was Tarkin's project. It was Krennic's project. And Tarkin just kind of stole it from him.
Which is kind of how it again. That's the inner workings of the Imperial side, which is like you're gonna get your shit spun. It's a little bit mafia-esque.
But that's Tarkin is a baller, yo. Speaking of that was maybe one of my favorite things in the whole film was how well Tarkin was done. It's CGI, mocap and stuff like that, but. Like, it had me questioning whether it was computer graphics or they found an actor that, was just a shade off of Peter Cushing.
Yeah, I thought that, too. Honestly, I thought his makeup wasn't as good as, let's say, super spoiler alert, Leia at the end of this film. That was amazing.
Dude, I didn't think they were going to go to the frontal on that.
I didn't think so either. They fooled us all.
Oh, my God.
That was what I was looking at.
Are you kidding me?
That, she looked like time travel.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
It almost looked like, in a way, it almost was like in that scene of Spaceballs where it's like the stun double stand-ins. Right. And it's like, the back already kind of looks off. So that back that you were seeing was off too. Definitely, we're going to learn the secrets of that in the coming days.
Oh, God, I can't wait for a making of. One thing, I don't know if you guys caught this. Vader looked a little weird. It sounded cool, James Earl Jones.
I thought he sounded weird. I thought he looked great.
He had
a fat neck. He had a chubby neck.
Exactly.
Right?
No, it wasn't a long neck is what it is. The actor was not as long and broad as David Prowse, which is kind of interesting because the guy in the suit could have been anyone. All you needed was a body double for David Prowse.
But think about
his measurements.
But think about how our cinema works now. It's like we've been seeing that standard screen so long that this is actually what that neck looks like on widescreen.
He moved like him.
Yeah,
he definitely moved like him, but he was kind of stockier. Vader.
There was maybe one scene where he walked around.
Giving hope to cosplayers of all shapes and sizes.
I think the first moment that he walked out, he had a little pep in his step a little bit. I was like,
because that guy's like, dude, I'm Darth Vader. Star Wars. What up?
I am the Vader. Yeah,
he had a great scene in the end there.
Yeah, so you've obviously read the comics that are interpretive of what's going on in this kind of flick that's in between sequels now. Where do you think we're going to see next? Like, what annals do you think they'll pull out and be like, hey, let's tell this part of the story
The next
now.
one up, is it episode 8 or is it the Han Solo?
I think 8 is up because 8 is next year already, right?
Right, it's 8 and then it's Han Solo,
Aaron Golden says yes.
And if you guys all saw Han Solo, A Smuggler's Trade, the fan film that I was in that just came out on the internet with Jamie Costa as Han, he should have been cast as Han.
That's a documentary as well.
Basically,
yeah. We got the Han prequel that's coming out.
Yep.
Yeah, the story, the making of Han.
That's one of the other pieces of Rogue One that I loved was how it wove into Episode 4.
Yeah.
Yes.
At first,
I was questioning when we first saw the droids. I was like, wait, I don't know if that works right. Like, how are they already on Yavin 4?
Yeah.
And then it tied in perfectly.
And those droids are similar to the droids that you see on the Clone Wars. So these are droids these battle droids have kind of existed for a long, as far as the prequels go, many years. And then all of a sudden, like, we're right at the cusp. Like, the way they really brought it back towards the end was like, okay, the timeline's a little loose at the beginning. Now it's starting to get honed in.
Yeah.
Now they set the Death Star, to its final setting mechanism mode, and then all of a sudden, bam, like, here you are. We're right at the beginning.
You also saw the kind of the technology lines, as it were, kind of like when you see cars that are 30 years old to present, and you're starting to see the more
modern era.
Yeah,
stuff.
And how they evolved, and you saw that in the ships that they had in the in this film.
Yeah,
where you saw the B-wings, or the early B-wing anyway, without the little cockpit thing.
Yeah.
And you also saw the earlier Imperial shuttles that aren't quite the shuttle Tydirian.
Yeah, exactly.
Lambda class shuttle.
Yeah. They had the main one, which was the main shuttle that they had was the large shuttle that what's his name? The guy with the not the Tic Tacs, but the I keep feeling like on his chest, he's got his medals on
Krennic?
Yeah, Krennic. I felt like they were just unopened packs of denting ice that they had on his chest.
Every time I watch Star Wars,
yeah,
I'm like, I could go for some gum right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Cosplay on a budget.
Yeah.
There you go. Hey, it might work. Denting ice. It's like sweeting stuff now, when they sweet movies, and now you can do that. But if you see, like, the Han, I guess we're going to kind of get a backstory of every single thing now. So we got Han. What else do you think? Like, do you think we'll see a little bit further back into C-3PO's life, maybe? That'd be a nice one.
I think we've already seen that. Wasn't that called Episode 1?
No, because, I mean, he essentially builds him from lesser pieces. So there's... it might come about.
No, didn't he specifically say, he's like, I built it myself from scratch? Like, he said those words.
And then we're forced to move on from
the continuity to
him. Anyway. And it's like, hey, I built him, and let's just move on now. And never.
I did call it, though, when they uploaded the plans. I'm like, oh, it's going to be the Tanta 4. It's going to be the Tanta 4.
Yeah.
Like, and I was so super satisfied for that to happen.
Well, they call it a hammerhead.
Yeah. No, that was the one that crashed into the Star Destroyer.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That has the vertical. That has the vertical hammerhead.
But the Tanta 4 is the Corellian Corvette, aka Blockade Runner.
Yeah, I'm stupid. I should know this because of the Lego models that I so eloquently hunt after all the time. Bernie's putting me to shame here.
No, I actually lost a round of Star Wars Trivial Pursuit because I know the name of the ship, and they were looking for a blockade runner, and I'm like, it's a Corellian Corvette called the Tanta 4.
Yeah.
And then we go to the thing, and the guy that was running the game's like, nope, that's not accurate. I'm like, the fuck, it's not.
Yeah, if you do a deep web search, it's the most ambiguous thing you've ever done on the internet today.
Yeah.
So you better watch out. Don't run for president, because that'll always come by you. They'll be like, he didn't know what the Corellian Tantive was.
I won't vote for him.
I won't vote for him.
It's like in Scrooge. What was the boat that took them all to Gilligan's Island? That was the Minnow. It's one of those things.
Oh, God.
Anyway, no, it was the way they wove it into Episode 4 was super fantastic.
That was probably the best part of the movie. Yeah. And again, like, I don't know if this is going to be a trend, but we're always like, oh, the last half of the movie was insane, and it's like, I think maybe we should have just started there.
Well, look, guys, that's a problem with how we watch cinema today. Like, you need exposition and backstory. Unfortunately, we as a culture need more of it now than ever. We used to get entire stories told in an hour and a half, and we'd be satisfied with it. Like, we would rave and love it. Now you go back and watch those films from the 80s, and modern day audiences can't understand because they don't have every single thing spelled out for them. They can't suspend their disbelief.
But it used to be easier to have this audience. It used to be just throw some awesome images on the screen, drop an elephant in the jungle with Bill Murray, and you're done.
It's
and sell the movie. Operation Dumble Drop.
When one of my too smart for their own good friends is like, hey, well, how did this person get this, ability, or how did they do? I'm like, can you just shut the fuck up and enjoy the goddamn movie?
Exactly.
Like, really?
Yeah. Awesome.
Anyway, but the point of this is that Rogue One is fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm going to see it at least 2 or 3 more times this weekend.
I don't know if I'll see it again in theaters. I would have liked to have seen it in IMAX, maybe like to get what I got with The Force Awakens, which was just a really good cinematic experience. Aaron, you were going to say something super quick.
I'm just saying, I don't know if you really need to see it in IMAX because I thought that it was just perfect enough for just, how it was.
I thought the scenescapes deserved that push that Force Awakens got.
Well, I mean, I love that we got a backstory to the Death Star. We can see how that originated from Jyn Erso.
Yeah.
and she gets the orders from her, not the orders, but she finds out the plans from her dad.
So I do have one disappointment in Rogue One.
Okay.
Why are there no dead Bothans?
Yeah.
I do not have dead Bothans strewn around the beachhead.
I was wondering, when do the Bothans come into this?
According to Elvin, all right, the Bothans lost their lives getting the plans to the second Death Star.
But they got all the credit in A New Hope.
I think we're remembering it wrong.
If nothing else, though, the lack of dead Bothans will undermine. This is a whole change in the continuity. It's like Flashpoint, and it will undermine the rise of Borsk Feleia to power. That's all I have to say about that. I'm out.
All right, thank you, Bernie Bregman, creator of Nerds Like Us, and probably the most disappointing loss of a Star Wars trivia that he has ever experienced in his life. I'm going to go with those are his two major points in life.
It's always a pleasure to have him on.
Yeah, but he's a nice guy. He's a good friend. He's a good friend.
Yeah.
But Jared's here.
Yes.
And that's why we're all here.
Oh, you're all here because of me.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, I was waiting for you to burst in on here.
Oh, I didn't.
But you didn't, and so Bernie did, and now you see how the way things went.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
But Jared, back to you, because you're an awesome beam of sunshine, according to Tiffany Tran, so we have to believe it now. She's raised the bar quite high.
She lies a lot. I don't know.
We're going to get to the bottom of this, all right?
We're still talking Star Wars a little bit, though, right?
We will. We're going to get back to it. But Jared is super cool. Like Bernie basically said everything we're probably going to say, but we're going to pick it apart a little bit more.
I got a couple stories about it, too.
Okay, good. All right, so let me get on Jared. So, Jared, how long have you been doing up, down, left eye? How long has this been a momentum force in your life?
We've been doing it for about 4 months or so.
Okay.
What is that? August 25th is when we started. So yeah, like about 4 months.
And what's your main objective other than you guys have a good thing going on so far? Like I've watched your videos. You guys are funny. Tiffany does a great job of editing those videos. Everybody, if you want to check them out, they're on Twitch.
And YouTube and Instagram and
just go
all
down,
those things.
Go download the Twitch, okay, and just twitch away on the up, down, left eye. But what like I know anybody can play games obviously on there. What is it that makes you guys unique and makes me laugh so hard? Because you guys are pretty hilarious.
That's kind of like a hard thing. It's a lot of different things. We kind of just started it like kind of out of boredom, just to do something, just because it was fun. But I think one of the things that makes our stream a little bit different is that we have a lot of chemistry. We've been friends for like almost 7 years or more.
Awesome.
We've been friends since like freshman in college. So that's cool. Like our main thing is we've been we took like physics together, and then we like hung out after that, and so we had a bunch of like these interactions between us, and we always kind of thought that when we got together, we were always like really funny with each other. Yeah. Like we think we're funny, so like that's kind of like our main thing is
the
like
comedic essence is there.
We do it and we laugh, and we're like if other people laugh, that's great. We don't care. We're laughing.
Is it one of those things too where you almost you've also set a bar of funniness for each other, so you're always constantly trying to push that boundary of making each other laugh.
For sure, like the personas that like I've developed on camera are like bleeding over into real life. Like I'm starting to like be like mean to her in real life. No. Like it's like getting kind of bad. Yeah. But I definitely think like it makes our conversations like really funny. I'm actually going to post like a photo that we were texting each other today, and she's like, "Oh, don't go off alone without me." And I was like, "New phone, who's this?" Like, just like absolutely like this complete like banter that's like totally unseen in private. That,
she deserves it for the most part. She deserves it. No, but she's super awesome. So what are some of the games that you've touched upon and things that you're planning on touching upon in the future? Because I know like it's a never-ending waterfall of games that come down the pipeline. Yeah.
So, I mean, that's like kind of like one thing that's also a little bit different about our stream is that like we kind of want the games to become second to the show. We're trying to put on a show first. Okay. So we always try to produce like high quality whatever it is, and we try to do everything to our best of our ability. Nice. So like the show is supposed to be good, and then if you like the game, then that's just a bonus. Nice. Okay. But so some of the games that we try to focus on are like co-op games that mean. So you have a
formula in a way.
It's a loose formula that we're working with. Okay. We only stream twice a week, so it's kind of limited in time. So we're trying to like fit in this one thing that other streamers do into a very strange model that we don't have. We're not streaming 5 days a week like a lot of streamers are doing.
I saw you do the Alien game where it's like Alien. What is it?
Alien Isolation.
Isolation.
Okay,
Jesus.
Yeah.
I played that game myself, and it was hilarious watching you guys react. Is there a game? Honestly, I would think that game wouldn't work, but it worked for you guys. So what is it that works when there's a game that you can react to? Because this is, again, like I said, there's a lot of people that do this, but you guys actually are funny when you do this. There's something that I'd like to know that you're doing right here.
The key is like Tiffany's scared of like everything, and I make her play all the scary games.
So you just put her through hell.
Oh yeah, and I just love it. And then like she'll ask me to play, and then I'll just be like fine with it. And then she'll be getting scared while I'm playing, and it's absolutely hilarious to me that I'm playing the game and I'm fine, and she's like over there like crying. It's like the best,
dude.
She was even actually like editing a video where we played. She knows what's happening. She knows what's coming up because she was there. Still scaring her during editing of a video.
So you're traumatizing this poor girl.
Oh yeah, I'm like edit the scary videos. We need those out. And just like crying.
Dude, that's great. And everything is like. I think you guys used to do the main stream before. Now you guys edit it a little bit more. Or is it like a whole stream and then you guys kind of do a best of and post that up afterwards?
We still release like the full versions of the stream.
Okay.
It's like the 3-hour thing. So it's like we have some insane fans who like actually watch those.
Yeah.
Because that's where like you get all the meat and all the banter and all the interactions. So we just post those for the convenience of people who can't watch our stream kind of late at night. Yeah. But then Tiffany goes through and we're releasing not Let's Plays but like highlights, like the true golden moments of mostly me yelling at her.
Yeah,
it's a lot of that.
And how far back does your history of gaming go? Were you an avid gamer as a child, or did you kind of pick this up in your later years?
I've been pretty much always gaming. N64 was kind of like my first console.
Okay,
and then N64 to the Xbox 360. Then I started picking up PC gaming.
Too good for PlayStation, huh?
Well, I bought a PS4, but I don't play it because PC gaming is where it's at.
There you go. Too good for PlayStation.
So it just collects dust.
I didn't know you turned your nose up to anything, Jared.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty big console snob.
Well, I was about to give you this brand new Nintendo Wii I have here.
Smash it on the ground, please.
I'm a console guy.
Yeah.
And when you play video games,
you want to punch Jared in the face.
No, because he reminds me of my brother. My brother's a huge PC guy, and I'm a huge console guy.
I thought you were going to be
I was raised just playing console my whole life, and that's just how it's always going to be for me.
I could play my PC like a console. Like, there's nothing stopping me from like sticking in front of a TV and grabbing a controller.
He's just better than you. Just face it.
Face it, Aaron. He also had to buy some parts for his PC to give it, to the ultimate performance.
Your PC is like a transformer now. Right?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not great, but it's nice.
Does it have lights in it?
The visuals are amazing.
Yeah.
That means it's fast. It has lights in it. That means it's really fast.
It doesn't only have lights. It has lights that like glow and stuff.
That's like the spoiler on a Honda Civic. Essentially.
What I'm saying, like
you're running Windows Millennium Edition on that shit?
The what now?
Okay, sorry, that wasn't worth the interruption. I'm sorry.
My best friends, we all play on the console, so we'll just always continue to do such a thing,
Yeah,
that's true. You got to go where your friends are at.
Yeah, I agree.
Because it's not really, to me, it's not really about the visuals. It's more so about the gameplay and the time you spend with your friends. Mm-hmm. Like, if it's in 1080 to me, I'm totally fine with that, dude.
Maybe because 1080 and 10 frames a second, dude. Like whatever, you're having a good time.
There's some games giving us 60 frames per second, but most of them are 30 or less. I know that.
You guys actually touched upon something that now I'm thinking about a little bit deeper, which is the first, you said whatever your friends buy, is what, maybe that's why there's such an inflated cost when the game first comes out, because you're basically deciding for your friends what the next console they're going to buy.
Yeah.
And that's why you camp outside. That's why you pay $800 for the first run that probably is not going to work as properly and will probably have to be warranted later.
I don't know.
You do it so that everybody else has to match up with you.
Lately with these new consoles, I can call them new. Well, I don't know, they've been out since 2013, but that hasn't really been the problems that we had in the previous.
Talking about those hologram consoles?
They're pretty much PCs inside, so that's why.
Now they're PCs,
and they're getting better. And they're just basically
so
computers.
Stop talking shit, Jared.
I'm saying they're good because they're coming over our side. Slowly it's bleeding through.
But I will say is that when Project Scorpio comes out next year, that's going to be on par with PC, if not even better.
Yeah.
So and all my friends were just going to probably upgrade or trade in our Xbox Ones to the Scorpios at that point.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if there will be a difference in graphics at that point, because Scorpio is going to have 7 teraflops. Don't even tell me what that means. I just know it means something that I don't have in my current Xbox.
It's the flop. It's like them putting their digitized dick on your shoulder. It's a teraflop on your shoulder 4 times though.
Yeah, but if you upgrade like a powerful PC, I mean, you're at least putting in 1,000, 1,500, if not more money. The Scorpio might just be $600 out the door. So
also, I've seen some people do like it's like the battle of the coolants. Like who can cool their box the coolest?
Well, that's like
the coolest way.
That's like the F1 of computers. It pushes like the CPU processor, like the engineers to like produce better things. Yeah. So it's definitely like an absurd thing. That's like, why would anyone do that? But it's definitely like a high end like F1 thing. Like F1 pushes automobiles further, and cooling competitions push.
Yeah, it increases the demand, which in turn increases the.
And that's what's so great about the Xbox Play Anywhere now is that if you're more so into PC, you can play Xbox games on there, or
PS4 can also stream it as well. They have their own thing too, which is pretty sweet.
You can pretty much play anywhere. You play on your PC, you can get the higher graphics of playing on PC, or you can just go back to your console and play
it's like
game.
Streaming it like Steam or something, or what?
Well, you're saying. I think for Xbox, you own both copies, right? Is that the idea for Xbox? I forget how that one works.
If I own, well, you pretty much own 2 copies, but you only own 1 copy. Like for what we do is that for digital. See, I do all my digital purchases. So if I can play on my Xbox, or I can play it on my PC because Xbox and Microsoft knows I own the game, and I can just play it on there.
Okay. But you install it onto your PC, right, and you play it. Is that how that works?
Like Steam? I don't know. I keep referencing Steam because I don't know shit about games.
I think it's a little bit different, where it actually turns on your PlayStation and streams your console. Which I could have done with my PC 4 years ago to my NVIDIA Shield, but then
we get it. You're better than everyone.
All I'm saying that
I wish I had Tiffany here to bring you down a couple
she agrees with me.
Okay.
All I'm saying is that the convenience is out there.
Maybe she doesn't. She really likes her PS4.
All right. Well, Tiffany, you're welcome back on the show at any time. Now that I think about it, but Jared, I wanted to just touch on one last thing, which is you're essentially a startup. Like you're doing everything yourselves. What kind of words of encouragement do you have for people who are thinking about doing something that you're doing, which is just getting on Twitch and trying to live stream only? I mean, like Jared does comprehensive stuff. Like they'll actually do short bits and then they do the long bits. Do you guys have a green screen?
We do have a green screen.
You guys are doing green screen too. So, what's your advice?
Oh man, don't, because there's so much competition. No, I'm kidding. Well, I don't know.
Aim low, kids.
I don't know if this is like good advice for everyone, but what we're doing.
I said it was advice for people who are considering doing what you're doing.
Well, I don't know. I'm just going to say what we do and how I approach the situation.
Get the hell out of here, Jared. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
This might be good advice. I'm not sure. Don't take me to court.
Wow.
But
send all your hate mail to Jared Kotoff.
The way I approach it is, I look at other people for research to see what they're doing to get some ideas, but ultimately I throw out everything anyone is doing and I just kind of do my own thing.
Yeah.
So we're doing it because it's fun for us and because we want to. Nothing else matters. So I see some other streamers are doing better than us, some are doing worse than us. I try to learn from them, but ultimately we're forging like completely our own path. Like there's nothing I'm doing because of someone else is doing it, and I'm not doing something because no one else is doing it. So if I want to do that thing and stream that game, even if everyone's saying don't do it, like I'm still gonna do it. Like that's just kind of our thing. Like we may take in some research and some statistics and try to like balance that with like what's working for anyone else and try to like incorporate that. But ultimately, I'm making like fresh decisions.
But you're filthy rich now from doing this, right?
Oh yeah, like so much. I think we made like 14 cents off of YouTube.
Nice,
it's pretty good.
Not bad at all, man. You buy some licorice for that price.
That's more than what some people make.
Yeah.
See, when I think of Twitch, it's like because I wanted to start my own Twitch channel a long time ago, but I felt like I was left behind. I felt like I missed the boat on this. I felt like there's so many people out there doing Twitch is that I'll just never get the the looks and the followers and stuff like that. So
you're too hot for Twitch, is what you're saying.
No, I am too cold for Twitch. Because also when I look at Twitch, I just want to see the games that I think about buying.
Yeah.
Or if I am going to look at Twitch.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like playing my games, and that's really rare. is that I want to see somebody who's kick-ass at like Dark Souls, or somebody who's kick-ass at Bloodborne, or somebody who's just like doing really well. Or on the opposite, some people just watch Twitch to have a cute little, woman or man, whatever they like.
There it is.
And they just
now we know
followers.
how Aaron discovered Twitch.
So I was a lot like you too when I first started getting into it. Like, I'm actually a pretty terrible fan to other streamers because I'm like, why would I want to watch you? I want to play my own games. But then what I did realize is there's some kids who can't afford the games that you have, and they want to watch you because you are owning it, and like you own it, and you're going to play it. And a lot of people do it for reviews and try to, like you said, see other streamers and all that. Yeah. So like there's that niche too. As long as you're like somewhat interesting, that might be good. But the one thing that I didn't expect for myself is like I'm trying to like get engaged in the community and at least make some friends. You don't want to have.
You gotta do that.
Yeah, you gotta have allies. You gotta engage.
Yeah.
I'm actually finding it a lot more fun than I thought it would be. Once you engage in the chat and you start like joking around with other people in the chat, it becomes a community thing. It's like almost a little bit less on what's going on screen, and it's more about interacting with everyone else in this. Like the chat room is like a big deal of it. So there's some of the streamers where I'm like just trying to show support and just trying to like get on their radar so they could help me out and kind of like it's a trade like support for support. Nice. And I'm realizing like it's actually kind of fun. Like once you start getting to know the people in chat, and it becomes a community thing. Yeah. And that's really what it is, and that's really what those viewers are. Like they just want to engage with other people, and it's like any MMO. If you ever engage in like the general chat, and like wow, it's like very similar. People are joking around, like people know each other. You make friends. So that was something I wasn't really expecting. I was like, that's actually a really legitimate like thing. It's just a place to hang out. Like even at work, I'll have like the chat room open, and I'll just kind of glance over and make a joke every once in a while. It's like doesn't really take me away from my job, and these people kind of get to know me, and it's kind of cool. Yeah. So that was something I wasn't expecting, and that's kind of like something like that.
And where do you see you guys in 2017? Obviously, you just got started relatively soon, but you're already doing stuff like I said, the green screen. That's a little bit different than what I've seen other people do. So do you have anything new that you're going to try to aim for in 2017?
Yeah, we have a green screen entire room coming. Oh, and we're going to be using that for even better green screening.
Nice.
And hopefully some more VR streaming that we've been doing.
Nice.
And hopefully like some like mixed reality VR streaming. And then we have a lot more like...
because the VR is coming out too. Right? We got VR coming out pretty soon.
Well, it's already up for PlayStation. I mean, now it's just more of
to regular people that can afford it like me, because I can't pay those $800. I can't pay those $800. Oh, it'll come down like most things. It'll always come down.
Right now, the biggest hurdle is the computer, like you said, like a hardware on the computer.
Something that runs
But once computers like that like where it's at now, eventually becomes really cheap. Like
they'll become common.
Yeah, like the graphics card that like I bought was expensive, but soon that will become a very like, why would you own that? That's like 3 years old. Well, when it's 3 years old, everyone will have it, and everyone's computer will have the hardware to support it.
Was it a GeForce?
Yeah, of course.
I called it. I haven't bought a computer part in 14 years, and they're still called GeForces, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, that's the line of consumer-grade cards.
NVIDIA.
Yeah.
See, I know one thing about computers, but I know more about Rogue One, which a madman came in here earlier blabbing about, but his name is Bernie Bregman. But to elaborate more on his thoughts about the movie, because he's pretty much on point with most of what he said.
Oh, I wanted to just say this right now. Is that I made it a choice not to read any reviews before I saw the movie. I think I saw maybe one trailer, and that was enough for me, because sometimes when you watch a trailer at a movie, like, oh shoot, here comes a trailer, and it's like, oh shit, it's Star Wars, and you're like, well, hell yeah.
Especially if you were on YouTube for the last week, YouTube was pushing that ad hard,
dude. And you know what? And I avoided that, and so just by watching the whole thing, because my girl, she's never seen Star Wars in her entire life.
Nice.
And I've talked about this on the GameCast. We had an episode, I think it was 3 or 4, where how to get your significant other into watching what you want to watch.
Yeah.
Getting to see what you want to see and this and that. So the only way I got her to see Star Wars is if I agreed to watch all the Harry Potter movies.
Oh.
And I'd never seen a Harry Potter movie in my entire life.
You've never seen any of them?
You guys are like deserve each other. Like,
I know.
Yeah.
So
it's a match made in hell.
So prior to the movie, I'm trying to let her know the backstory and all this. I'm trying to let her know just a few things, the general stuff, because this is a movie you really don't have to know much about Star Wars, because the general fan out there, you don't have to be a fan, but the general person out there knows about a Darth Vader, knows about maybe like a Princess Leia, and they can kind of understand the good and the bad and all that. So
you know that there's good guys, you know there's bad guys. You can tell which ones are the bad guys. You can tell which ones are the good guys.
And I will say, if you've never seen Star Wars before, you know, and you want to get, or your family members or your girlfriend's never seen Star Wars,
your dog,
this is the one you can get her on because it's pretty much 3.5, and you don't really have to see 1 and 2. And I mean,
you don't have to really see the other ones.
You don't, because
like, confused for the first 30 minutes because they don't tell you anything about who's who, and you're like, what is going on?
Yeah,
that's how most Star Wars movies are going the way of you know, like you can tell that's going to be a trend of like they're just going to throw you into it. You'll figure it out in like 30 minutes if you're paying attention.
So
enough.
I didn't know what was going on, so like it doesn't really matter. Like if you've never seen anything else, it's like
and like Bernie was saying, it leads into The New Hope. So this is pretty much 3.5 because there is a Star Wars 3,
and it really leads into A New Hope. I really thought like
she even says at the end, Hope.
Yeah, and I thought it was going to.
A New Hope.
You want to know where I thought it was going to end? I thought when the guys, because like right when they're about to board the ship, Vader's about to board that ship, and the guys are prepping for him to come in. You don't even see him come in.
It was so well done.
But it was well done. But I thought if they would have just cut it off right there, I'd have been happy.
I thought that too. And I was like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. And then they're like, oh, I see what they're doing.
Yeah, I thought they were going to cut it off, and then of course you assume Vader whips all their asses.
It's all fucking dark in there, and you see him bust out a red lightsaber, and
that illuminates him.
Hold on, the fear factor pops up just from 0 to fucking 100 at that point.
Because he's in the shadowy corner of a corridor.
Not only is the fear factor there, everybody inside there are fucking scared. They know what's about to happen. They know this guy is going to go rip through us fucking all. And the only thing that's on their mind at that point, we have to get the information. The information.
Well, not initially. One guy was like really selfish. He was like, open the door. And then he was like, all right, fine.
He took way too fucking long.
I would have thrown that thing like an hour ago.
And then pretended to be dead, like straight out.
Yeah, they had to get
how do you not pretend to be...
Save me. All right, fine, I'll die. Here's the plan.
You already know about Darth Vader. How do you just not fake your own death and hope that he walks over your ass? Like,
it wasn't until like the last guy in there. He's like, man, we're all dying. We're all gonna die. Here, just take these plans. Take the information over and make sure it gets out to Princess Leia and everybody else.
Yeah.
But that whole scene, my friend was telling me it's like the hallway scene in Daredevil episode 2 or 3. I think it's episode 3 where he just goes in there and just kicks everybody's ass in that hallway.
Yeah.
And the way Darth Vader did it. It brought back 4, 5, and 6 to me. It brought back like, okay, here is Darth Vader again. I was itching. I wanted to see. We saw him come out in the first part of this movie.
Yeah.
And I was hoping we got another part of Darth
and then
Vader.
You get him crushing the neck of douchebag McGee.
That was hilarious. What did he say? He said,
"Don't let your aspirations. Don't choke on your aspirations."
Yeah, because he was being choked.
But again, I thought his voice was a little weird. Did you guys think Vader's voice was?
It was still James Earl Jones.
It was, but I thought it was like it sounded a little bit bubblier or higher. It didn't sound as deep as it was.
Well, this is 40 years James Earl Jones after the After
so they made him sound like his balls were a little bit higher up.
He's 30 some odd years older since those movies came out, man.
He's like half robot. I don't know. Look, he should have sounded different. That's all I'm saying. All right.
I don't know if I think he sounded fine. I think he sounded.
I was more staring at his neck than
that's the whole thing that we keep going back to.
So fat?
Is that his neck? He's got like a little bit of chubby neck syndrome, but it might just be that we're on widescreen, man. You know, like we're looking at this through a different lens.
I mean, that could definitely be it. I mean, maybe he's still bruised up and all scarred up and all that from that one time.
So we'll go around the table and list our most favorite thing about this movie. I'll go first since I'll try to buy you guys some time to think about yours. But I thought the overall pacing of the movie was good. It was actually longer than I remembered when I was in there. So that to me tells me that the pacing was great because I was just on it every time. They had something going on. There wasn't a lot of dead spaces. But like Bernie said, there was a little bit more. Oh God, I'm losing the word right now. Exposition in this movie, explaining the whole situation. But overall, I think the action made up for it. So for me, one of the best scenes was right when that battle starts on Edu. Or Edu, whatever, or is it Edu? The Pirates of the Caribbean planet. All right, there's a planet that looks like
Dubai, you mean Dubai planet?
Yeah, Dubai planet.
You mean Scarif at the end?
Scarif, there you go.
It's the last part the last part of the movie.
Yeah, the last part of the. Okay, sorry. When they initiate the battle on Scarif.
Or Scarif.
Scarif. All right, we're just going to change it as much.
I really don't know how to even say it.
It's like
Scar Riff.
Yeah, I thought that entire battle was done really well, and the entire movie was worth it to see that battle. For me, that battle really did it for me, especially for there not being a lightsaber in the movie. There was actually a second where I thought the blind guy was going to whip out his lightsaber because he just was holding the top of his staff, and it looked like a lightsaber, and I was like, oh shit, this guy's got a lightsaber, and he had it the entire time. But no, that would have actually been a really nice kick because he had ties with the Force, but he wasn't necessarily a Jedi, but he could have been like Rey, essentially. He had Force in him.
I think more so, I mean, it looked like he did have the Force in him because he was like fucking amazing with his fighting and stuff like that. But I thought it was more about the faith he had in the Force.
Of course.
Than he was
happy-go-lucky.
You have faith in God, but you're not an angel or anything like that.
Yeah.
So he had faith in the Force, but I don't think he was a Jedi.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but he did some pretty amazing shit like Daredevil would.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He'd be blind and stuff.
Yeah, you're giving a lot of play to Daredevil today, right?
It brought a little bit too.
You miss Ben Affleck. Just say it.
I'm talking about the Netflix Daredevil.
All right. Well, I thought you were. As long as you don't start praising Elektra or anything.
No. Those ears, though.
So who wants to go first as far as... All right, Jared, what's your favorite part of this movie?
I really love the over-the-shoulder shot of with the X-Wing coming right out of hyperspace.
Oh, okay.
That felt so good.
Oh, because they gave us a lot of new perspectives in the battle. That's probably the other thing that made it compelling.
They've done that with the Millennium Falcon in the original series.
But they were more like shots.
It was just it was in the cabin, but they come out and it's fine. Something about that shot felt super crisp, and then you're they just stop. And then all the other ships and you're like, I don't know, it just felt
that was great,
amazing.
That was actually, you know what?
Because you knew they're coming to save them. You're like, the cavalry's coming.
That was some nostalgia factor right there because they do that on Empire Strikes Back. Oh no, Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
They when they all come back from hyperspace and you see everybody coming in. Actually, it is Empire Strikes Back.
But it was that first person view. I don't know, something about it seemed better than any other time I remember it. I remember distinctively going I actually was in the theater. I went, whoa. Yeah. I don't do that very often.
It's like when you're seeing Luke fighting the AT-AT and you're at the perspective of the bottom of it, and you're just seeing the magnitude of where you're at. So I think that's what it did. It brought back that sense of grandiosity. You're like, oh, I'm seeing something huge going on.
They stop really, really stops. They're going from light speed or near light speed or whatever. I don't know how that works.
Ludicrous speed.
Yeah. And then they just and it stops and you feel it almost. So it's
everybody knows that's how you stop light speed though, Jared. Come on.
Just saying, it was done good. The shot was done good. And then I would say it's not really part, but the blind Jedi guy so awesome.
Pretty much all of his scenes are
everything he does
excellently
was great,
watchable.
and then he was even really funny when he put the bag over his head, hilarious.
Yeah, that was super funny.
And it didn't seem out of place. It didn't seem like a shoved-in joke. It was I felt like that's what those guys would have done, and that's how it felt very organic and super hilarious.
I agree. I think in retrospect, when you think about the character, it does feel that way. It does feel a little weird because I did feel that there was a lot of pushed comedic moments, but they do fit the characters.
The robot was funny, but it in my opinion,
I actually enjoyed all of the robot because he was funny without trying, in a sense. I felt like his personality played out better than the blind Jedi.
I loved him and I laughed every single time. I just felt like that's not how a droid would act.
He was reprogrammed.
So what does that mean? So they're funnier because they're reprogrammed?
Exactly. Yeah, what does that mean, Jared? Exactly.
I'm not going to nitpick. I know it's hilarious, but it's just I stepped back and went what the hell? Why would he say that was the only thing.
That bot they're talking about, guys, is the K2SO.
Oh, you know everything about this fucking movie.
Do they even say that in the movie? Or they just call him...
He calls him K. He calls him K.
K2SO.
Oh, is that what he's saying?
Yeah, he's calling him
Alan
K.
Tudyk, who is awesome. And awesome in Firefly, by the way.
So which guy is it the lead guy from Firefly?
No. That's... Shoot, I forgot his name right now.
Who's this guy from?
No, Alan Tudyk. He's one of the people in Firefly. He's a blonde guy.
Nice.
The blonde guy.
I kind of loosely remembering him. I don't really remember.
Have you seen Dodgeball?
Yes.
All right. He's also in Dodgeball as a pirate.
Oh, he's the pirate guy.
Yeah, that's him. That's him right there, Alan Tudyk.
Fun fact: he's not really a pirate in that movie. He lets it. He drops the act on that. That guy's really cool, though. All right, Aaron. Give me your favorite part of the movie.
You know, I think my favorite part of the movie was just the whole story. You know, I don't really want to be as general about this. I from start to finish.
You know, Zach would be chewing your ass out right now if you gave that kind of an answer.
That's what we do at the GameCast. But me and him, I thought Jen Erso, she wasn't as dynamic as Ray, but she served a huge purpose. She was, she brought to me. It reminds me of just her giving hope to a small group of people that know they want to do something more, because if they don't do anything, that it'll be all for nothing from them, and that has to be awakened in her too, because it's ordinary people with a little bit of talent coming together and making a difference, and that was what you saw in this movie, and that's what I really loved about it. You saw some teamwork, you saw the hope, you saw that to risk their lives, to put it all on the line just to make a difference, and that's what the meaning I got from this movie.
I feel like I got so much of a badass vibe from her. I was like, oh, she's such a badass.
She's not.
But I thought she was a badass. But when she would give speeches, it seemed disingenuous, because I felt like those weren't her words. I felt like Jen Erso would have picked different words or a different method of getting through to people, because she's okay. I will say she is a badass. I'm sorry if I remember some parts in this movie where she did kick a lot of ass.
She kicked some good ass. I think more so at the end where Okay, now I'll take that back. Yeah, she was a badass. I'll say that. Because we just saw the movie. You got to remember. There was a few parts where she was kicking ass, but mostly it was just her inspiration. Yeah, she wanted to find her dad. Yeah, and then she had to let the rebels know that, hey, my dad's not a bad guy. You have to believe me. He gave me
redeem that.
Yeah, redemption. Yeah. So it's
she said she had to redeem her whole family. Yeah, that was what the whole movie is, and she paid for it in the end.
I did think that when she was going to give that speech, like right at the end, like when they're in the cargo bay, I thought she was like, yeah, just fight. Like, I thought it was going to be like really.
I would have accepted that better though than the speech she gave, because I thought it was contrived.
It wasn't a bad speech, but just the look on her face, like she didn't look prepared. I thought she was going to be like.
I would have been okay with that, because literally all of this stuff starts happening really quickly. Like within one moment, they're going from being on the base to taking off because they have to, and they're trying. And they use.
She probably didn't even take public speaking 101 in college.
Also, you would think. Well, actually, you know what? Now thinking about it, like you would think, maybe. Double thinking about it now, maybe that's why Vader knew when the Teridium ship was going down on Endor. He probably already was like, I've seen this shit happen before, where there's some mysterious cargo ship that just comes out of nowhere, and it needs to dock for some whatever reason on my planet. I think he smelled it coming the second time. That gave credence to it this time.
It was Jen Erso and her Guardians of the Star Wars.
What the hell?
Guardians of the Galaxy, it has like the Guardians of, the Rebels.
That's true.
Guardians of the Rebels.
Strongest, they were like the mercenaries.
They had to do something the Rebels weren't going to do. Yeah. And just like the Guardians of the Galaxy, they had a small team, but we had to make a difference.
Yeah. And then that's the other thing is they still hadn't, like, for them being rebels, they still had like a democratic vote on this shit. Yeah. So it was like,
as always,
are you guys rebels though? Like, I mean, like on Hoth, it seemed a little bit more like, okay, let's do this. They were debating that for a while, and it's like, look,
they were technically the Alliance, which I think is different than the Rebellion. I think
they were calling them a rebellion in the movie.
But it's like they're calling themselves a rebellion, but I think it was Alliance, and I think the Alliance becomes like the Rebellion later on. I don't know. I could be wrong. This is me coming from.
Don't forget, like the Republic's
it's from non-canon source. I take it all back.
Coruscant is like about to be destroyed. In like what 15 years. In a short 15 years, Coruscant will be destroyed as well. So it's like, I don't know.
It's a movie you got to see again. We can only tell you so much for just seeing it once.
We're trying to remember everything. I think I saw Bugs Bunny in there.
Ago.
I think Jar Jar Binks had a cameo somewhere in there.
Yeah,
I thought the It's a Trap guy was gonna have a.
That's a younger general.
That wasn't Admiral Akbar though. That was like his brother or something.
I was like, that's probably his dad.
It looked like it might be. I mean, eventually we're gonna find out in one of those Star Wars books.
I thought it was just an earlier Akbar.
Yeah, it's Mr. Akbar.
Like, Akbar at like 25 or something.
It's Dad Bar, okay.
30-year-old Akbar instead of like 80-year-old Akbar.
Well, we're getting close to the end, but I wanted to touch on one more thing, which is the GameCast that you're doing, Aaron. it seems like you have competition with Jared now, and you're unleashing your own game.
No competition whatsoever.
No, this is a podcast that is exclusively about games.
Yeah.
And it's hosted by none other than Zach Roberts and yourself, who are my co-hosts here on this show.
Yeah.
But you, like, if anybody who's listened to the shows that we do here, there's not enough time for gaming. Like, we even tried to get gaming on this episode here, and there's still just not enough time because of Star Wars.
Yeah.
But go ahead and let everybody know about GameCast, Brad.
Oh, yeah. So, what happens is that we have about 3 people. It's me, Zach, and I call him Pacquiao. That's what I call him. David. No, I call him Pac all the time. This is David Pacheco?
Yeah,
so.
David Pacheco.
Yeah.
He was actually on the last Spinema event we had here for the Killing Joke, so you can hear him there.
Oh, yeah. So, no, we just talk about what games we're playing each week and what's going on in the industry. We talk about that. Me and Zach pretty much disagree on a lot of topics.
Yeah.
Mostly about a few games.
Zach disagree with you on something?
Zach,
I've never heard of such a thing.
Shoot, Zach likes to disagree, and he likes to troll himself.
Yeah,
he's a troller.
Yeah. He's gotten himself into some logical corners himself.
Yeah, exactly.
The main one being that Episode 7 is the best of all Star Wars.
And I think he said Star Wars sucks or something like that before.
Yeah, he said some heinous crimes.
He does that to get to get a reaction out of you and all that. But no, so we just talk about games that are happening, what we're playing, and what we hope to see in the industry, what we're looking for. Past events, we talked about PAX that just came and went. We had a good time over there. And so we're always up to date on our stuff, and we love talking about it. We also will debate between each other, and it's fun.
Cool. All right.
And Elvin just hit me in the kitty right now.
Being the toddler of the group. But where can everybody find your cast? Because we got to wrap this up.
Yeah, Nerdbot GameCast. That's where you can find us there. We have our own Facebook as well.
We post those episodes on the website, right? On nerdbot.com.
Yeah.
Cool. So you can find the GameCast there. You can also find. I think, do we put the up, down, left eye stuff on there too?
On where?
On the YouTube, or do you guys have your own YouTube? Where can we find your stuff? Okay.
Yeah, just look for us. Up, down, left eye, single word.
And then
it's on everything.
But you guys are being also featured on the Nerdbot gaming page.
Well, yeah, exactly. They're also on there as well, on our Facebook as well.
Okay.
We do share what they do with Tiffany, she's neutral. She's with us. She's with Up, Down, Left Eye.
Mm-hmm.
So she does her thing.
Yeah, Tiffany's getting around there and getting her gaming on everywhere.
She gets around.
She'll appreciate that. Do you have any articles that you want to plug before we go? You got on nerdbot.com?
No, just we'll every now and then, and we'll just put something out there. We'll go ahead and have game reviews and free games that are coming out for each month with all platforms.
Oh yeah, I forget that you do those articles.
We do those as well, and just go check us out.
Cool. All right. Well, that is the GameCast, and of course you can check out Jared Kotoff on Up, Down, Left Eye. Am I saying it right? You gotta correct me if I'm saying it right. Kotoff.
If you want to say it.
So, say it like as if you want to say Molotov, but say Molotov.
Molotov.
There you go.
Yeah,
Jared Molotov.
I never heard of that. It's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, right? And for Aaron Golan, I have some stuff on nerdbot.com, so check that out. You can find out everything that we do at nerdbot.com, and we're also on Instagram at nerdbotmedia, and we're also on Twitter, I think, at nerdbotmedia as well. So check us out there. We're on YouTube. Subscribe there. We've been putting up a lot more videos, reviews, conventions that we've been covering.
Nerdbot Girls.
And Nerdbot Girls. So check everything out there. And for everything else that I do, you can check out Another Brick Studio CA for the Lego stuff. And thanks for listening, Aaron and Jared. Thanks so much for being here on the Nerd Side of Life.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.